And on behalf of the AWTE, welcome everyone to the launch of AWTE Ireland. My name is Debbee Dale and I am the current chair of the AWTE. I say current chair because I only have about 15 days left of my tenure. I know, I'm really sad after being here tonight as well, but I hand over to an absolutely fantastic board. And I wanted just to take this opportunity before we sit down to our meal, just to give you a little bit more of a flavour of AWTE. The Association of Travel Executives, Women Travel Executives even. And of course you may well see that we have two gentlemen joining us this evening as well. Wonderful, lovely. There are honorary guests because of course it's not just about the fact that we feel that women should be this and women should be that. We know that women should be this and women should be that. But we love our male colleagues as well, of course. However, the Association of Women Travel Executives have been around for 64 years. And the reason why they've been around for 64 years is because 64 years ago, there weren't that many women in executive positions. And our founding member, our founder, tried to get into a club of travel executives and was turned away because she was a woman. So from that was born the Association of Women Travel Executives 64 years ago, and in that time we have really evolved. Now I met quite a few of you last October when we came over to Dublin to say, what do you think, ladies? Is this something that you would like to be involved in? Is this something that we can do for you? And we were absolutely delighted by your response when you said, yes, over you come. We've got brilliant women in here in Ireland and we'd all like to get together now and again. So we are delighted to welcome 48 members who have just joined AWTE Ireland and are sitting with us today. Thank you so much, ladies. I will tell you that we had a wee silent target of about 35. So you smashed our target. And the reason why we weren't too ambitious with our target is because what we were doing was offering you something that you really didn't know what we were going to do. But all of you put your money where your mouth is and you decided to join this wonderful association. And so in honour of you, ladies, we decided that we're going to title all of you who have joined as a member and are at this event the founding members of AWTE Ireland. Only you will have this title. And so, for those of you who are sitting here and just bought your ticket to the dinner and thought, oh, I'm not a founding member because I didn't join up, you've got until Friday. Join before Friday and you will become one of those founding members. Now that means realistically, we're talking maybe 52. All you that will be founding members of AWTE Ireland, and that will remain. And I hope in 64 years' time, somebody will be standing here saying, these were some of our founding members, and your photos will appear.
I wish.
I'll be here in 64 years, you know. Come on. We also, of course, welcome our media friends and the support that you've shown us. Thank you very much, all of you. Our sponsor, of course, Aer Lingus, and we are absolutely delighted that Eoghan and her team got behind AWTE Ireland because we are brand new here. And I think that at times we need support. We are a not-for-profit organisation, and so to get that kind of support for our very first launch, I have to say, and I can't see where Eoghan is, but thank you so much. And of course, myself and my fellow board members came on Aer Lingus to Dublin today, just to make sure we're here, and to our guests as well. And for those of you who signed up as a member and also brought a guest tonight as well, thank you very much for making it. So, I just want to tell you a little bit about what AWTE stands for. We are an association that truly believes that we need a bit more equality in what's going on, but more than that, there are so many phenomenal women out there that are still quite quiet. And after all the research that's been done, and after all the talking to all of our fellow women colleagues in the industry, we've come up with the conclusion that we're just still not that confident yet. And so, trying to get a network together that says, do you know what, women, you've got a voice, use it. You use it in your own home. Now it's time to make sure that you use it in work. And so that's really what we stand for. In the 64 years that we've been going, we've always had a couple of real pillars of success. And they are to network with like-minded people. Sometimes it's great to turn up to a networking event, have a few drinks with people, have a wee smile, have a wee laugh, have a wee chat, and then go about the rest of your business. But in fact, at AWTE, what we do is say, well, we're like-minded. We're all working in the same industry. Perhaps we've got some synergies that we can do. We can grow business to business. Only tonight, I've met somebody that I'm hoping to work with pretty soon. Thank you very much. Because that's how we expand and we grow in our own businesses. And so that's what we want to try and do. We develop our members, and we do that by short workshops, seminars. Maybe sometimes we just have an audience with somebody who's really made it to the top of their game and can share their story with us. And all of you who are now our founding AWTE Ireland members, I'm loving that title. We will be tapping into your talent, ladies. Don't think for a second that you just got to turn up at the events. No. You all come with a multitude of talents, and we're going to tap into that. Because it means that our members will be the people that are standing here, delivering these workshops, delivering these seminars, getting involved with the membership as much as you possibly can. And of course, one of our huge aims is to build business to business within our membership. So if you're a tour operator and you need some extras, or you need insurance, or you need to go into this, the first place you should be going to is your AWTE website. See who's your fellow woman in business that can help your business. Share the wealth, that's what I think. And definitely for myself personally, and I've been a member of AWTE now for 11 years, not only have I extended my network, but I have grown my business through it as well. Because when you start to get to know each other over a glass of wine, over a dinner, it's lovely, it's very sociable, but my goodness, when we start to talk about business, we really get down to the nitty-gritty. So these are our 3 pillars of success, which we will continue here at AWTE Ireland. But of course, the UK is where we started, and that's where you're going to have a great extended network. Because once we start to really introduce you to the membership, then you've got everybody in the UK. More than that, in November of last year, we went global. And that means for us enormous opportunities. Because there are some times when we think to ourselves, we're only a small island. How do we get to know people in Myanmar? What about the people in Nepal that we want to get involved with? Well, that's why we're extending our network. So we'll have women members of AWTE that will be able to show you who they are and what they do and give you a direct tap into them. And I personally think that's a really good thing to do. So those are our pillars of success. That's what we're looking for. We are a board of directors in the UK. And that's why on the 26th of April, all of our board resigns and the new board comes on. And with that comes new strategies, new ideas, but they also pick up from where the last chair and where the last board left. And in the last few years, we've really changed the face of AWTE to the point where I'll tell you, when I started as a member, all of my male colleagues and friends said, "Are you in the ladies' luncheon club?" No. We are professional women, thank you very much, and we get together and we do some really good things. And the board are all voluntary. Any member can go forward for a board position, and from that board, we make those decisions. We say, right, we've listened to our members, now it's time to do this, now it's time to do that. And that's why we're here, launching AWTE Ireland, because we listen, we ask the right questions, and then we go and do something about it. But I will say in our board of directors, if we say, oh, I've got a really good idea, or I'm going to do this, we have to roll up our sleeves and do it. And that's one of the great things about having a board full of women, because the job gets done. Now, at the moment, there are 4 of us that have come here to Dublin to our launch tonight. We've got Louise Hodges. Where are you, Louise? Who is our Director of PR, and she will be working very closely with the committee here in Ireland just to make sure that we get all of our messaging right. Louise has also got a great network of press, global press as well, so she gets our name out there, which gets you known better as well. We've got Sarah Clayton-Turner. Where is Sarah? And Sarah has been absolutely amazing at getting our website put together. At the moment, if you go into the website, it still looks a wee bit clunky, ladies, but we are just on the edge of a brand new website. But not only that, she went to that meeting and said, well, we're going to launch AWTE Ireland, let's give them their own website. Let's make sure that we get everything sorted, and she's been working really hard to do that. The reason why I've put Louise and Sarah right at the top there is because they will remain on the board. And so they'll be constants for you. Myself at the bottom there, and Lorraine Barnes-Burton, who's our finance director at the moment, we retire. Does that make us sound really old? We retire this year, but we will still be active members of the AWTE, and the four of us are here this evening, not just to welcome you, but also to answer any questions that you have. But we're extremely supportive of an absolutely phenomenal committee here in Ireland. And here they are. Oh, what a bunch of gorgeous. Eoghan Muldoon, she's here, you know her, has joined our committee as secretary. We've got Lorraine Quinn, who's one of our trustees. Neve Waters, where are you, Neve? I can't see you. Who's one of our committee. Fiona Foster, where are you, Fiona? One of our committee. And Claire Doon, who's also one of our trustees. Now, these 5 ladies who are sitting with us tonight are actually the whole reason for all of you being here. When we started talking to them last year, both Lorraine and Claire and myself, and then we came out to all of you with a survey, would you like to get involved, how are we going to do it? From that day, those ladies have worked tirelessly to try and get you all engaged. And I'm delighted that all of you have. And I think there's an awful lot more who wish they were here tonight. So we'll wish they were here, especially when we start to go out to our lovely trade media and we can tell what a great evening we had. But also, not just about one event, what we're planning for the future as well. That committee, I think, are fantastic women in their own right, and I'm sure that most of you know them, but they are extremely committed to making sure that they grow on everything that we've done in the UK and we make it right for AWTE Ireland. And then in a year's time, when it's time for membership renewal, it's time for them to form their board. It's time for them to really stand up and say, this is who we are now. We've got all the members, we've got more ladies that are coming into senior management positions, and we're here to help, we're here to build that confidence. So ladies, from myself and the board of directors that are here from AWTE UK tonight, thank you, sincerely. That we've worked together, I've really been delighted. Every phone call, every email, and no matter what time of the night either, I have to say, ladies, right? We're right on it. And what they've done in a very short space of time to be able to produce for you some events and things that are going on, which Claire will tell you about a little bit later on, I think has been fantastic. And it just shows you the commitment that you've got, our wonderful founding members, in your committee, because they will make sure that they provide for you in the way that they want to be provided for as well, and we'll support them as much as we possibly can. And actually, that's what we're all about. The AWTE supports women in business. That's what we want our message to be, loud and clear, at whatever platform we're on. One of the great things that we've done over the years we've seen some amazing support, member to member. We mentor, we coach, sometimes it's informal. We do that at networking events, we do it offline, we do it online, we do it on Twitter, we do it on Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere. But what we're really saying to each and every one of you is, we all got the same problem sometimes. And a problem shared, well, that's a problem halved, I think, and sometimes even a problem solved. So every time we think about any of our women in our membership, anybody, wherever they are, if they need, can we help? That's always got to be our first point of call. And as you know, for those of you who joined us last October, we go out and we'll visit people who are perhaps not feeling their best, they're not very well. We'll go and celebrate the people who have been promoted. We'll shout about them as loud as we possibly can. And that's exactly what we want to do here in Ireland. The AWTE Ireland is our very first chapter outside of the UK. And I will tell you, between us, of course, press, careful what we're saying now, by the end of this year, we will have another chapter in the Middle East. Who knows what will then happen the next year? Who knows what will happen the year after that? But as this global membership develops and grows and people get to know that message even more, we're going to have such an amazing group of women that we can tap into all over the globe. That I have to say, I'm proud to be a member of AWTE. I've been extremely proud to be the chair of AWTE. But more so than that, this is kind of my swan song. Seeing all of you here tonight, seeing the enthusiasm, the positivity and the support that you show to each other, it just goes to show that that's why we need the Association of Women Travel Executives. So thank you very much everyone for joining us this evening. I'm going to let you get your starters now. I don't know about you, my stomach's growling, so you'll start to hear it soon. Enjoy your meal, enjoy the company. Please ask us as many questions as you want to. And after we've had a wee bit to eat, then I'll pass you over to one of our trustees of AWTE Ireland, Claire. Thanks very much everyone.